When it comes to PWC endurance racing, one of the things that we have learned over the years is that throwing cubic money focused purely on top speed rarely gets you the trophy. In fact, placing priorities on reliability and comfort as well as performance can pay big dividends. Watercraft rider was pleased to be selected to work in conjunction with jet pilot Steve Goldberg and racing veteran Flyin Brian Smith and some of the most respected names in the industry to field a budget-minded race ski for this year's Mark Hahn 300 Memorial Endurance Race. The basis for the race ski was a 2016 Yamaha VXR featuring their highly respected 1800cc engine in a normally aspirated configuration. After a complete break-in, we put the VXR to the test to collect base data for development. Even without a supercharger, the VXR had very good bottom end and mid-range power, and a radar-verified top speed of 60.5 miles per hour.
Yeah, so stock out of the box, with the 1.8 liter naturally aspirated motor in it, it's pretty impressive as far as the torque and horsepower goes. Originally as stock out of the box, no mods to it. It's a great ski, great entry-level boat. The idea behind this was going to be performance upgrades that didn't involve going into the motor. It was just all bolt-on stuff that your everyday garage mechanic could do on his own and go out and be competitive.
The first stop for the Project VXR was the Watercraft Rider garages for a few upgrades from Riva, including free-flowing intake and exhaust. The intake swap starts with the removal of the stock airbox, located in the front left side of the engine compartment. Next, we installed the new Riva breather filter to the end of the crankcase ventilation hose and rerouted it to a location on the top left side of the engine. We then installed the Riva filter base adapter and nylon adapter sleeve to the throttle body and installed the Riva free flow air filter. We also installed a new Riva free flow exhaust system. This requires removal of the plastic stock exhaust system components and installation of the new aluminum Riva system, which really cleaned up the rear end of the engine compartment and shaved a few pounds as well. Next, the VXR was brought to jet trim out in Lake Havasu City for a complete set of seat covers and traction mats. Before the new traction mats could be installed, the old ones had to go. Much easier to do than usual, as the stock mats hadn't had a chance to set in. By request, both the seats and mats received a little extra touch of class in the way of flame stitching. While the jet trim crew were doing their thing, Steve and Brian took the opportunity to install what was basically a poor man's fast fuel fill with a custom-built aluminum Y and a few off-the-shelf items from the local industrial hardware store. At Brian's request, they also opted for a custom jet trim option for side mats in the footwells.
Yeah, basically it's something that kind of comes out off the stand-up scene, and we have a runabout lifter that's a pretty big heavy-duty lifter, and they wanted something that was a little bit more mellow and something a little smaller, so we're going to go with kind of our stand-up lifter on this, and it's going to be basically a little triangle lifter that gets laminated in between the mat and the vinyl material. So it's basically going to be kind of a foot tuck, for their toes while they're riding and stuff.
It was really interesting to see how the jet trim treatment really took the look of the ski to the next level, with applications that look great and work great as well. We also took the opportunity to install the latest offerings from Works Racing for upgraded sponsons, ride plate, and scoop grate. Next stop was Hurricane Industries for graphics installation on our VXR. Finally, we were very pleased to hand the ski over to the very capable hands of Dean Charrier of Dean's Team fame for installation and tuning of a Scat Track impeller and an ECU reflash. Dean is the man behind some of the most successful Yamahas in racing today.
We worked with Dean pretty heavily this week as far as tuning the boat goes. Stock out of the box, we were just a hair over 60 miles an hour. Going into today, after all the add-ons and mods that we did, we're looking right around 68. So we're pretty pleased with what we got out of it, and should make for an interesting race.
I was really impressed. For a little boat, I call it the little boat that will. And I jumped on it. I was amazed with nothing on it before we put anything on it. It was an amazing handling ski. It was very quick. It's powerful. once we got everything on it, it was even better. I mean, this boat, with the help of JetX Powersports out of Canada, Works Racing and Dean's team, Yamaha, this boat is just absolutely outstanding. I can't wait to see it really get put through its paces and show the world what this little thing can do with a new platform.
Race day for the Hot Products Mark Hahn 300 Memorial at Havasu. 300 miles for the race leader, navigating a 10-mile triangular course circumventing the north end of Lake Havasu. Everything was going as planned, with the ski working perfectly, with Flyin Brian holding down the lead in the 4-stroke Naturally Aspirated Open Class, until the VXR went into a reduced power mode due to elevated temperature. Dean quickly diagnosed the issue to be simple heat saturation occurring during pit stops. Bottom line, nothing was wrong with anything. They just needed to cool down the heat sensors.
When we had our little glitch, he pretty much knew exactly what it was, and all it took was 2 bottles of water to pour on it, and here we go. I was like, all right, cool. I can't thank him enough. It was tremendous what he was able to do for us and tune the ski. He's one of the masters, and if not the master.
In the end, the Project VXR performed extraordinarily well, finishing second only a minuscule 40 seconds behind the 4-stroke Naturally Aspirated Open Class winners, running every bit as strong as the moment that it started the race.
Yeah, we had a pretty flawless run. I mean, it performed well. The handling was awesome. Even when it did get a little choppy, it plowed right through, no problem. And we just went on and did our thing.
Huge thanks to Yamaha, Dean Charrier, and all of the sponsors that made it possible for both Flyin Brian to stand tall on the podium at the end of the day.